So welcome back to ZenTen with Jackie Rose of Zentangle, and we're on day 3 of this wonderful week. And let's take a nice deep breath in and out, feeling totally relaxed, letting everything go, picking up your pen. And what we're going to do first is we're going to pick this side here, and from this area to this area, we're just going to give it this inside arc. And we'll do that on both sides, just giving it this arc shape to connect them. How cool is that? And now we're going to give this, actually, we're going to do something really interesting. We're going to use the pattern paradox. So we're going to first aura this line right here, nice and close. So we're just going to give this an aura. But watch, when I aura this, I'm going to land on that opposite line. That's going to go this way, the one we just drew. I'm landing right there, just a little bit there. And now we're going to turn our tile a little bit, or our sketchbook. And so we're going to now kind of trace along. Imagine we're tracing along, and now we're going to come off and land on the opposite line. And now we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to imagine we're tracing, maybe we're giving it a little aura that just happened, so I'm going with it, and land on the opposite line. Now, you might want to watch me a few times if you're not getting this. So we're going to trace along this line and then come out and land on that next line. Do the same thing. Trace along and land on the next one. Trace along, come out, and land on the next one. Now, as you start to do this, you'll come off a little bit quicker. So I'm going to start to trace along, and then I'm going to come out and land. So I start along the line, but then I'm going to come out, land on the opposite line. So I'm auraing this, and then land on that next line. Now I gave this a little curve. You don't have to. It just kind of came naturally to me. So you can either aura or trace along, but the key is to land on that next line. It could be straight or curved. And this is the pattern paradox. So if you're new to this and it's confusing, you can watch me a few times, or you can Google the pattern paradox, P-A-R-A-D-O-X, and you can find videos and the step outs and whatnot. And it's really a cool pattern. And we'll do that again. So I think I'm not even going to trace along in this one. I'll just start off with an aura like I did before. And I'm going to land on that opposite or the next line. Right? That's what we do on each side. That's all we're doing. We're auraing and then landing. Right? So now I'll turn, but turn your tile to do it. Right? So now I will start to trace, then aura, and then land on that next line. You can either, there's no right or wrong here. I'm showing you a few different ways, just a very few, very minor type of variations to do this. So I'm going to start to trace along and then come out. Or I can aura it and then, or a combination of both. Nice and slow and relaxed, but just give it an aura, land on that next line. Now, if I don't turn my tile, and that's paradox. Now going back to these petals here, we're going to fill those in. And we're going to do the same thing we did the first day with this over here. So we're just going to put in these little arc shapes. Continuously all around the perimeter of these little inside petals. And do that on both. And then on the inside, we'll just put in these little round orbs or circles, imperfect, different sizes, focusing on each stroke. Now let's go back to the paradox here. And we're going to make another triangle from this section. So however you can do that. So I'm going to turn this and I'm going to make another triangle by drawing the line like that. And then maybe I'll just trace along there. That can be wavy, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to put in another paradox. So do the same thing we did here. But now I'm just going to give this an aura, land on that next line. Give it an aura, land on that next line. Starting from where we ended, and I'm just going to come up a little bit, give it an aura, land on that next line. So you can see as when you do them next to each other, it really creates a very cool looking pattern. There's so many ways to do the pattern paradox. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side, create another triangle somehow. So I think I'll just kind of come out like that. And then here. So feel free to write a comment in the comment section. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And have a nice, relaxing rest of the day. And come back tomorrow.